Hey TV fans, welcome to Tori Talks TV. I'm Tori.
And I'm Dr. S.
On this video, we'll be discussing the new limited series on Hulu called 9 Perfect Strangers. This is an adaptation of the novel by Liane Moriarty. We're going to be discussing episodes 1 through 3 because that's how Hulu does it. They put 3 out at a time and then it's weekly after that. So episode 1 is called Random Acts of Mayhem. We will start there, but I have to say, this totally filled the void of the White Lotus for me.
It created some nice continuity. Vacation themed, like on an excursion.
It made me think that this is the wellness center that could have been Belinda's vision from the White Lotus.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have been as weird. But anyway, okay, so that is what it's about. There's this health retreat in California called Tranquillium House. It's for 10 days. And let's talk about our 9 perfect strangers.
Oh, let's do it.
I'm kind of not knowing what the vibe is supposed to be because it's like the other show. It's funny.
There's humor in it. I imagine, well, on the set, say, when Nicole Kidman speaks and they cut, everyone bursts into laughter.
Oh, right?
She's so not like any character she's ever played before.
Yeah, but also kind of. I don't know. She comes out like this ethereal ghost and mythical creature of some sort, and this maybe broken Russian accent, which I'm a little off-put by because it goes in and out.
Yes,
I feel like.
Yes.
I mean, I can't do a Russian accent. No judge.
I have not made up my mind on this show yet. Like you said, I don't know the genre or the tone. How serious is it supposed to be? How not serious?
Does anybody know?
Only genre. I feel like this is part of a new genre that's like called "What the F is Happening," and I didn't quite care for most of episode 1 until the last, maybe like the very end of the episode. Then it kind of hooks you to the next one, and same with the next one.
Yes, I enjoyed all 3 of these episodes, but it's just getting your footing for the series. But let's talk about our strangers here.
Yes.
Frances, played by Melissa McCarthy. She never fails to deliver. Yes. She's super funny. She's this super uptight writer, kind of past her writing prime. Mm-hmm. I hate to say that. They're all very irritable people, aren't they?
Well, they're all... Yes, they're in a crisis.
They need there for
something.
Reason.
Yeah, they're about to crash and burn in their lives, like professionally, emotionally, relationships, socially. They're hot messes.
Tony, for example, is this rough, grizzled man. Mm-hmm. We have Carmel, played by Regina Hall, which I just miss her. She is so funny. And her character, Carmel, is just not very confident, but very sweet and outgoing, but basically rubs everybody the wrong way.
She has some anger issues, though.
Oh, so funny. I don't know if it was just a laugh when she's choking somebody out, but I did.
She just left.
Her face.
Did she leap across the table?
Yes! Oh, it came out of nowhere, and I loved it. Yes. Then there's the Marconi family. We have Napoleon, who's very optimistic. Heather, very stoic, his wife, and then daughter Zoe. She's also kind of distant. Mm-hmm. They're funny, but also they're surrounded in grief and heartbreak right now.
And I like that dynamic that the family is exploring. They're probably my favorite group or character, family, I guess, portrait, because they have that past. Like her brother committing suicide and the father and mother, like how they cope after that.
Totally different ways of coping. Yes, exactly. Then we have the social media influencer, Jessica, and her husband, Ben. They're there for some kind of couples therapy, and I think they definitely need to get themselves right before they can be right for each other.
Yes, that's true.
Obviously. Then there's Lars, who seems to be the most suspicious of all of them. He was questioning things a little more, like the blood draws. Yes. Why do you need our medical history? He's very mysterious. So I don't know what to think about him.
Yes, he's very, very rough. Yes, aggressive.
Yeah.
Very confrontational for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so back to Nicole Kidman, Masha. So she shares that she died. Mm-hmm. She was a corporate CEO, and they have come here to die and be reborn, basically. I'm paraphrasing.
Yes.
And to expect suffering.
So when they said that... Then I was thinking, so is this going to be some type of horror? They're literally going to die? Is she going to kill them?
I think that's
in a way.
They're going to kill a part of them, maybe, that needs to die.
Is it metaphorical, though?
With this woman, I don't know.
I don't know either.
She's creeping me out.
Yes.
Well, that first little circle group got tense right away.
Yes.
Zoe runs out, which I don't blame her, but I just can't figure out. This episode was obviously the character introduction, and yes. Wow, are they an eccentric group of weirdos? Which, I mean, those are my people. Yeah. I love it, but I'm not judging. But I was pretty stumped after this first episode, but hooked.
Yes.
Like you. And then we have to mention Manny Jacinto from The Good Places here. He plays Yao.
Yes.
I didn't know he was in this.
I did not either. It was a treat.
If I was even considering not watching, when I saw him, I said, never mind, I'm in. Doing it. We find out that his character saved Masha's life also in episode 1. So shall we move on to episode 2?
Yes, let's do it.
It's called The Critical Path.
Okay.
That's when we find out about Zoe's twin. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't say he died 3 years ago. She says he stopped living.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering if it was some type of counseling reframing.
It sounded like it. Not that I know anything about it, but right. I feel like she was taught to say that.
Yes, and then I thought the whole family was going to say that, but then they didn't. So they're clearly not on the same page.
Not at
like
all.
You said, they're coping with it in very different ways.
Yes. Everybody's still really hostile at this point. There's, Tony's angry about the bag searching, which, I mean, I think I would be too. But he's addicted to pain medication, so he's obviously going to be even more worried and concerned about his belongings. And we find out it's because he's had surgeries, injuries galore. Lars reveals to the group that they've all been carefully chosen. So then I'm like, wait, what did she only accepts less than 10% of the applicants?
So they say chosen, but they do have to apply, right? So they have the initial instinct to need this type of resort or spa or treatment. And then she handpicks from those people.
Yes.
And puts them together in a way, like the 9 specific people, because they're going to probably interact in a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like an experiment.
Carefully. It's totally an experiment.
Right?
That's what I thought too. I felt of them as kind of like guinea pigs in her little kind of twisted game.
Right, but
it's not a game.
Not like a psychological experiment only because their blood's being drawn, they're eating smoothies. How beautiful are those smoothies, though?
Tailor-made for them, but yes.
Why do I think someone's going to wind up being blended, though? I get a horror vibe.
Because they show close-ups of the blender.
Yes, and it's like fleshy and red, and I just get horror vibes.
I know.
Yes.
I'm kind of hoping for that. I'm such a weirdo, but it would be a nice twist.
Mm-hmm.
So Napoleon and Heather, let's go back to them for a second, because they obviously, she admits that she feels alone in her grief. Of her son, and he's just always positive all the time. I can't say I blame either one of them.
Right.
I'm not on one side over the other.
I was thinking about him and the whole cheeriness, and she was very lonely because of that.
Yes.
But then maybe that's his only way, because if he gives in to the grief, I imagine that you could fear that you will go down this spiral that you can never come out of.
Yeah.
So you force yourself to just be positive. What's done is
on.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Either I put on a happy face or I might just die spiritually, like psychologically.
Well, that could be when you said that she says they're going to die. Maybe that's the whole grave digging scene.
That was very...
Could you do that? Could you dig a grave and then lay in it?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. They were all pretty resistant to it.
The peer pressure might have me do it. I wouldn't just go out in the woods and do it on my own. But if there was a thing, I don't know. I feel like I might give in if there was some type of cathartic. I don't know. That's kind of creepy.
It seemed really quick. She says lay in it, and then maybe 4 seconds later, she says, okay, you're reborn. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. I like that Jessica said to Ben, her husband, she said, just be open to it, just try it. I like that. Mm-hmm. She's really trying.
Yes.
She has a one-on-one with Masha, and she basically is a social media influencer, so her whole life is online. Mm-hmm. So I think she just wants to feel like her life has meaning.
Yes.
But I don't understand what Masha said when she said, why doesn't he love you anymore? I'm assuming she's talking about Ben, right? Because that's why they're there.
I think so.
But that was...
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what's happening with them. I kind of want to know more about this couple. I feel like we got to know the least about them, maybe?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, some comic relief coming your way. The pool noodle scene with Melissa McCarthy, Frances. That whole thing with her and Tony. Did you see? I think she broke character when she threw the grape at him and said, "How do you like it?" She laughed. Anyway, I love that
because she hasn't laughed much at all that we've seen, and we're so used to seeing her be so hilarious.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, but he throws the grape and almost kills her.
Grapes, people choke
They're
on
dangerous.
grapes. So no, even I have children who are 7 and 10, and I still cut their grapes in half.
I don't blame you.
I won't send whole grapes to school with them because what if they laugh all of a sudden while eating the grape?
And
it's stuck in there.
What do you do? So he
That
has
was
to.
so real for me.
No, I actually. That's not funny. That's
No,
what I
I
said.
know.
That's not funny.
No.
That could really happen. So he has to save her life, and then tries to deny it. But then there's a little grape.
Why is it so funny though? It's not funny, but it's so funny.
It is. I hate to say it. It makes them bond. It brings them together. So that was really good. So she shares that she was tricked. She was scammed online by this guy, Paul, who also that actor plays. It is actually her husband in real life.
Oh.
Yeah, Ben Falcone. But anyway, he tricks her into believing that he has a sick child, and then
That's
she pays.
terrible.
Is that called catfishing? I'm sorry, I'm old.
Called?
I don't know. But yeah, so that's really sad. And when she's in the grave scene and she says, "Okay, what do you want me to say? Nobody would care if I die, blah, blah, blah." That made me feel really bad for her. I don't know. And we also found out that her manuscript, the new one, was leaked, and I guess it's not being received very well.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Great. It's just what she needed. We also learn a little bit more about Carmel. She used to do wardrobe on Broadway, but then her husband wanted her to stop working and take care of the kids. She's triggered easily.
She is.
Ben said something about, well, at least you had your kids. And she said, half? Wait, what? Half? I still have them. And he's like, what did I say?
She's on edge.
They're still mine. Oh, yeah, edgy, for sure. And then they have good old-fashioned trust falls.
Yes.
It's very generic things, processes that they're going through.
Yeah.
Okay. But they do say, one of the staff members says, when it comes to letting go, kids have a lot to teach us, because it seemed very kiddish.
Yes.
I liked that.
Yes, I do. I like that. The play, the use of play for therapy. I was down with that.
Yeah.
I see it.
But it seemed to be a little too much for Heather. She goes and stands on the edge of the cliff, which I really thought she was going to jump, because I said, that would be perfect hook for this series.
Yes.
Right away, someone throws himself off a cliff. But I was also very sad for her as well.
Yes.
That's not funny. That's just what we're going to say the whole time.
We don't know what genre this is. That's why we're like, oh, someone's going to die.
We're laughing, and then we say it. That's not funny.
Then I feel bad.
Oh, my gosh. And then there's Delilah, the staff member who's suspicious of Lars. I'm right there with you. Totally suspicious of Lars. And then there's some kind of love triangle with Yao and her.
And
Masha,
Masha,
when she's kissing his leg, first of all, I was like, that's weird, but I also got jealous. I got jealous. I was like, get off of him. Isn't that weird?
I get it, though.
I love Manny Jacinto, though.
I do too.
Okay, so then she announces at the end of this episode, it's time to put forth the new protocol.
Yes, the protocol. Okay, so when do you use this term protocol? It's not a thing that you say at a spa.
No. And they seem like hesitant. Are you sure?
Yeah. It's too soon. They're not ready. It sounds like a hideous medical experiment.
That's what I'm saying. She's totally experimenting on these people.
Like an asylum. Like they're gonna do lobotomies or drain your blood and give you new blood.
Nurse Ratchet's coming in. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I know.
It's pretty entertaining, though. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's go to episode 3, which is called Earth Day.
Earth Day, which is not like the Earth Day. It's not like Earth Day as we know it in normal people land.
Completely different. So, as always, they start with their smoothies for breakfast, and things are still pretty tense. Lars is being super unruly. That's when Carmel tries to choke him out. Laughed. Not funny, but I laughed. And then there's the potato sack race. Again, what? But they are having so much fun.
Yeah, the little shots of slow motion. That was real cute.
I know. Then I felt bad for questioning that. And then there's Masha watching everybody on the cameras.
Yeah, why is she watching in that? Where is she?
Where is this
like
camera
in a
room?
Shed?
The surveillance room. Yeah, I don't know. So she has a one-on-one with Napoleon. This is where he confides in her that his wife is broken and that His son Zach killed himself, but he doesn't want to go under and picture him. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, he's the master of his own fate, and I love all that stuff. But it was sad to watch that play out. That was not funny.
No.
Not at all.
But now you see why he has to keep that exterior, because if he doesn't, his only other option, I believe, is to replay what he could have done. That is so sad.
Yes.
But it seems very natural.
Yeah.
Like an impulse that you would have as a parent who was 2 minutes out of routine.
Yeah.
On the day that this tragedy happened.
Yes. He's just very avoidant with Masha for that one-on-one, so he leaves, and then it's time to forage. So the men, they go out and they find an avocado and some walnuts. Just one avocado. It's not even ripe yet. I don't understand that. They say forage, but nothing's really in season to eat. Whatever. And then we find out Tony used to be a professional football player. Ben won a $22 million lottery.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a tender moment where he says he used to drive a catering truck and it had meaning and it mattered.
Yes, that was actually my most sentimental moment in the whole show.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about him at that point, because I was like, oh, okay.
Did you?
Yeah, there's something there for you.
Yes, because I felt like he lacked substance.
Yes.
Not his fault. The
Yes.
character, I felt like. And
Well,
so,
they did it to us on purpose. Like, he just had the Lamborghini, but no
Mhm.
explanation. And then he just had, like, a chip on his shoulder. But we didn't get any explanation. So then when he finally did get to talk and share his story, he just wants to have meaning again in his life.
Yes.
It reminded me of Lost when Hurley had won the lotto.
Oh, that's right.
That's what
Forgot
I
about
made that connection. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, meanwhile, the ladies, they're skinny dipping. Some of them are. Frances is fully dressed, of course. Carmel has a bathing suit. Zoe has a bathing suit. So we find out that Carmel's husband left her for a younger woman,
Mm-hmm.
and that Jessica triggers her.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite part, I laughed so hard, was when Jessica says, F off, turns around, and then you see Carmel's face, and she makes that. That's the funniest thing I've seen on TV in a really long time.
She's so angry.
She does this flawlessly. So, yes, then things get a little interesting when Heather talks about the last time she had sex with her husband and then thinks that one of them should sleep with him.
That was super awkward, because also your daughter's right there.
And at that point, I said, wait, what is going on? People are sharing things. Why are you acting like that, Heather, of all people? Because she was very, I don't know, closed off. So I was getting suspicious at that point.
Yes.
Were you?
I did think that the conditions that they were under were not extreme enough to make them go loopy.
Yes, and it got worse when Tony was ravenous for the goat.
Yeah.
And started running again. I said, wait a minute, I thought you were in pain. And,
Yes.
but he was running like he was back in the football days.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's his name? Napoleon. He has this weird, it's all explained, but I really thought something's going on with them.
Yeah.
Something...
Yeah, because how could he be running? He wasn't taking that much painkiller. They gave him like one pill.
Yes. But yeah, exactly. And he thinks it's a placebo. So Napoleon saying grace, discussing his son's suicide, was heartbreaking.
Yes.
That whole sequence, Michael Shannon, the actor, was so good. Wow. I mean, he got me there. I'm laughing, I'm crying, I'm confused, I'm scared. That was so...
His whole character, how does he portray this dad who's so cheery, positive, sunshiny, and then boom.
Yes. He gets all biblical, saying that he was told to kill that goat. But that goat was Masha's pet.
Okay.
Pet goat friend.
When the goat was on the stick, and it turned, and it was like, that was kind of ritualistic, borderline satanic.
Oh.
Then I was thinking, is there occult type things going on in this? What is happening?
I don't know.
Right? Because I thought, okay, with the whole protocol thing, it's like a scientific experiment.
Yes.
And then it got psychological with the starvation.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the goat.
And she's getting threatening text messages all along.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'm thinking it's a former patient of hers. That's my best guess, but I don't know. But a lot of nefarious undertones here. This is creepy, but I think that the lunacy is really intriguing. I'm on board for this, and I can't
Yes.
wait to see what happens next.
Yeah. But doesn't it end with Lars saying, "Are you medicating us?"
Yes. And yes, she is.
She must
I'm
be.
saying it. I mean, because
Okay.
her face.
So then you reflect back, right? Like the hot springs.
Yeah.
It's got to be in there,
Oh.
right? Because the steam was coming up,
Oh.
and then
Delilah says it has a tendency to do that to people.
Mhm. And then the smoothies, of course.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
In maybe other ways too, but yes, they're opening up, and it's in the form of definitely
So then,
her control.
is it gonna be dangerous though? Because I'm still thinking it's gonna be therapeutic.
I mean, it's definitely illegal, but maybe they
Unethical.
okay. They probably signed something and they don't even know.
They didn't even read it when they were signing.
Larson, yeah.
Yes, maybe somebody read it. Maybe Lars read it.
Somebody had to have read it, but I don't know, but she didn't seem remorseful. She smiled.
No. But I feel like they're gonna come out transformed. I don't know why. I'm not even sure if this is gonna be some like ongoing tension between danger and transcendence.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
So weird
That's
though.
well
It's
said.
so weird.
It is weird.
It's super weird.
But we didn't know how the White Lotus was going to go, and we
No.
ended up just loving it. So let us know what you all thought of these first 3 episodes of 9 Perfect Strangers. Comment below, and then like and subscribe, please. And then we'll see you next time for episode 4. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.